All right. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Just push the live button. We are broadcasting live. So I'm just seeing who's going to come on here. Got all my buttons and everything and lights all lined up. So welcome, everybody. I see people are coming on board right now. Please type in, say hello. Let me know you can hear me okay. It's always a good thing. So I will type in and say a quick hello. And got that in. So type in your notes, say hello, let me know you can hear me okay. It looks like apparently we are broadcasting just fine, and I see the room filling up as we speak. So welcome everybody, come on in. We'll get started in another minute here. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. Really looking forward to sharing today. Once again, if you are on the webcast, which it looks like a bunch of you are coming on, make sure you type in, say hello, let me know you can hear me okay. All the lights are lighting up and doing all what they need to do here. And then, of course, I'll do a little test strum here. Hello, Cindy. And looks like Saul's saying hello, loud and clear. Vicky from Vancouver. Diane, sounds great. Hello, Eddie, thank you. Oh my God. Hey, we've got New Zealand represented today. Thank you so much for coming. We've got another minute before we get started here, so please type in and say that you can hear me, see me. I'm playing a little guitar here, so hopefully you can hear that okay. Shirley says the sound is fine. Other than a little wires rattling in there, part of my pickup system. I don't even know if you guys can hear that, but sounds good. Well, good. I'm glad everybody can hear me okay. That's always a nice step in the right direction. I actually have the mics unmuted today. The other day I did a teleconference call and I had the best presentation and my line was muted. So that was always fun. Got Jenna saying hello, Joe saying hello. Looks like Lane saying hello from Austin. Got Jose from Ecuador. I love it. Fantastic. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm really excited to be sharing what we're sharing today, whatever time it might be for you. I think you'll be, I don't know. To me, this is like the coolest thing because this has been a journey unfolding, and I'll get in a little bit of that and what's revealed itself and what's coming next. I mean, that's really exciting too. So hopefully, I'll remember everything to cover. But we do have some slides today. You can't get the corporate guy out of me completely. I get to use some slides today, so that's always a cool thing. I will be taking questions after we go through the presentation. So any questions you have, type them in, write them down. The other thing is if you do have problems with the streaming, hey, we're streaming video and audio here. Please refresh your screen. Fast internet's always good to have in situations like this. I got Bonnie from Sedona saying hello. So fantastic. So I am really looking forward to today. So with that being said, I think I'm going to share my desktop. We're going to go through this and get started with our theme for today. So I'm so glad everybody can hear me. That is very cool. So let me just do this real quick here. I'm going to switch my screen. Boom. Welcome. This is Vibrational Success. Tonight's all about rising above the negative influences in your environment. And this is kind of like the bread and butter. 10 years ago, this is how I got into this whole domain, which I'll share a bit in here. So tonight, I'm really excited to be sharing what it is I'm going to be sharing tonight and showing how it is that you can rise above the negative influences in your environment. And by doing so, optimize your energy, enhance your connection. So with that being said, I think we should get started. So welcome. Once again, tonight's webinar is entitled Vibrational Success, Rise Above the Negative Influences in Your Environment. All right, so hey, you know where I always love to start? I always love to start with music. And this is an opportunity right here, right now, for you to just take some nice deep breaths and just kind of center yourself in. Let go of the stuff of the day. Let go whatever, challenges you might be experiencing in your life right now. Just for this moment, just for this time and space, I invite you just to relax. Tune in. Take some nice deep breaths. And we'll meet up on the other side of this little piece. Just take some nice deep breaths. So often, man, we literally forget to breathe. And this is an opportunity just to get reconnected to that. There's just something magical that happens when we get reconnected to our breath. And so thank you again so much for joining me. I'm really looking forward to embarking upon our journey tonight. So very cool. And with that being said, I think we should get started. So, as I mentioned earlier, name of tonight's talk is Vibrational Success. Rise above the negative influences in your environment. How can we do that? I know we have a lot of new people on tonight, so I'm going to be short here. Just who I am. My name's Mark Romero. 10 years ago, I began the most amazing journey when a former top-ranking consultant to NASA discovered frequencies in my music that actually refine and tune listeners' energy, optimize their energy. And from this discovery really emerged a revolutionary healing technology I call vibrational success. So for over the last 10 years, I've been kind of engaged on this journey to really kind of discovering how I could use this music, how I could use this energy as a tool to help people restore harmony and balance in their lives, to help them heal their lives, to help them to unlock a whole new level of their potential. So that's a little bit about me. And it's funny because many years people think I just got this, overnight. It really was a long, sometimes seem very drawn out journey. And I remember a friend of mine sent me a video of like a conspiracy theorist guy. I mean, we banter back and forth over the years. He sends me these videos and I hear this quote. And this is, I don't know how many years ago now, but I saw this quote and I wanted to share this with you because this is really key and really highlights what we're going to be talking about tonight. So here's the quote. It says, "People think we need to seek enlightenment." No, we are enlightened. That is our natural state. The unnatural state is what we have been put into. We don't have to seek enlightenment. We have to remove the vibrational barriers and the limiting belief systems that have held us in a state of unenlightenment. It's not about seeking it. It's about removing what is stopping us from being what we already are. And when I heard that quote, I remember, you know how when you hear stuff, you hear the truth for yourself in your life, you just kind of stop in your tracks. And this quote just reverberated. And I want to go back to the screen because this is so important. We have to remove the vibrational barriers and the limiting belief systems that have held us in a state of unenlightenment. And way back 10 years ago, when those scientists got a hold of my music, that's when I discovered that there were frequencies in the music that actually eliminated the negative effects of vibrational barriers in our environment. We're going to get into what those are and ultimately how it is that we can rise above them and kind of share some of the things that I've unfolded in my journey, the solutions that I have in place to help accomplish this, and also to share where we're going in the future, because what's going to be coming next is going to blow your mind. It's blowing my mind, and it's really, I guarantee it's going to blow some minds, because it really steps us into this thing that all of us have the ability to do this. All of us have the ability to rise above the vibrational barriers and let go of the limiting belief systems that we all hold on to one degree or another in our lives. So I want you to imagine, take a deep breath right now, and imagine for just a couple seconds here. Imagining opening to a more abundant and prosperous life. However that looks for you, that could be money, but abundance goes beyond so much more than that. You know, abundance of health, abundance of vitality, abundance of joy and passion, abundance of spiritual connection. So however that is for you, just breathe that in. That feels good. Imagine increasing your level of joy and fulfillment in your life. We're all seeking higher levels of joy, higher levels of fulfillment. And for many, many, many years, we've been seeking that through very old paradigm, traditional ways. And what's happening today, as what happened with me many years ago, 13 years ago, when I left the corporate world, okay? I was a CEO of a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, I was told that the way to increase your level of joy and fulfillment in life was to be successful, to have the large portfolio and the shiny car and the home in Southern California and all that good stuff. And I did all that, and still, why am I unhappy? Why am I discontent? Why am I unfulfilled? And we're merging into a time where more and more of us are discovering that the old ways of how success was, defined are no longer working anymore. There's a reason for that. The reason is because we're shifting into something fantastic. We're shifting into a new range of frequencies and energy. Consciousness is shifting and changing. 10 years ago, if I was talking to you about EMFs and Wi-Fi and how we could rise above this and healing frequencies in my music, many people looked at me like I was crazy. That's okay. I looked at myself like I was crazy. But imagine increasing your level of joy and fulfillment. Imagine revitalizing your health, your energy levels, and your vitality. Better yet, imagine enhancing your spirituality and awareness of who and what you are. Because each and every one of us is an amazing expression of life. A beautiful, unlimited expression. So just taking a couple deep breaths around that. And with that being said, we are expressions of a magnificent field of energy that is unlimited in its potential. That's the truth of who and what we are. Remember, go back to the quote. We have to rise above the vibrational barriers and the limiting belief systems that say we're anything but that. that say we're less than that. No, that's the truth of who and what each and every one of us is. And that's the place that we need to operate from. That's the place that we need to plug into consciously. We're doing it to a certain degree now anyways, but for the most part, most of us are doing it with a lack of awareness. And the time is to bring our awareness to a whole nother level. But we are expressions of this field of energy, of what quantum physicists call the field, what I've heard called source energy, the quantum field, the matrix. That's what we're made of. That's what everything in this universe is made of. Everything in your life is made up of this energy, pure consciousness. Everything is made of it. Who you see in the mirror is the tip of the iceberg of who and what you are. You know, because let's face it, our senses are very limited. We have been taught to live reality through our senses. And no, that's it. It's just like in that picture with the iceberg there, the tip. There's so much more to you and me. So much more. So we're plugged into this energy. You have access to everything you need to transform your life, to create the life of your dreams, to overcome your challenges. You are an energetic being. And I love this picture because it kind of shows the chakras and it shows the biofield around the body. This beautiful field of energy. That is magnificent. We're plugged into it. We're plugged into greatness. We're plugged into the same energy that set this universe in motion, that put the stars in the sky, that put the planets around the sun. It's the same energy that conducts everything in your body without even you having to think about it. How miraculous is that? So that being said, why do we suffer? Why do we deal with disharmony in our world and in our lives? Why do we have challenges? Why do we encounter obstacles? Why do some of us have challenges opening to more prosperity? Why do some of us, have issues creating a healthy, loving relationship, or maybe vibrant health, or maybe deepening our spiritual connection, or getting our dream job, or, being able to fit into a size, 32 pant or whatever? Why do we suffer? All right, I'm a guitarist, okay? I think the guitar is the coolest instrument in the universe. Sorry, that's my opinion. Any piano players on the call, please accept my apology. It's just the way that I feel. And I love to use the guitar as an analogy. Okay? So we have 6 strings. We have facets of our lives. I break my work up through the 6 strings of human expression. Our relationships, our health, our spirituality, our prosperity, our purpose, fulfilling our, in our livelihood, our purpose, and our joy, happiness, and our fulfillment. Those are the 6 strings. And we take action through those facets of our lives. That's the strumming and the plucking. And then, of course, we produce results. That's the music. That's our life expression. That's our life symphony. And unfortunately, in the modern day world, we have been told time and time again that this is what you need to do. You need to play this chord. You need to strum this way. You need to do these action steps. You need to set those goals. You need to visualize this. You need to do that. All these things that we need to do to play music, but yet never taking the time to tune the strings. Heck, I could be the best guitarist in the world, but if that guitar is not in tune, it doesn't matter. I will never be able to create what it is that I can create. I will never be able to express what it is I have the potential to express until I restore harmony and balance in my life. And that's why for many of us, and I've talked to many of you, and I've experienced this my own self, in my own journey, in my own spiritual evolution, that, hey, we learn how to do these things. We learn about the law of attraction. We learn about all these different principles and about meditation and different things that we can do to improve our lives, but yet we still struggle. We've got to restore harmony in our lives. So, In my work, there are basically three essential steps to harmonizing your energy and, in essence, to really restore harmony to that guitar, using that analogy once again. Why? So that you can play your music, bring forward your expression, your passion, your purpose. So I'm going to be making some changes coming up in my website, but these are really the steps. Okay, number one, refine your energy. We're going to find out here in a second, we actually get impurities in our energy. We actually get stuff in our energy. I'll share a little bit right now from chemicals and Wi-Fi and cell phones and smart meters and all the countless thousands of different disruptors and interrupters that have penetrated and permeated our environment. We need to move that out of our energy. That's putting the strings out of tune. That's disconnecting us from that field. So we need to get rid of the impurities. And that's step one, is all about refining your energy. That's about eliminating the negative effects of cell phones, Wi-Fi, smart meters, genetically modified foods, chemicals, all the different things in our environment. Step number two is all about tuning your energy. Now, in essence, when you think about those strings, once again, how many of you have had a challenge in the area of relationship or prosperity or health? That's an indicator that that string, that facet of your life is out of tune. So we have to tune our energy. And the challenges in our life bring to the forefront what it is that we need to tune. And finally, step number three is you need to express your energy. We talk a lot about global transformation. We talk a lot about moving to higher levels of consciousness and changing the world that we live in. Guess who's the key piece in that transformation? You are. I am. All of us on this call. We're the key pieces. It's not a date on the calendar that's going to make this happen. It's up to you. It's up to me. And we want to be able to express that energy. Our music, our symphony. It is the expression of that that's going to transform not only our own lives, but it's also going to change the world that we live in. And let's face it, the world needs a little bit of an upgrade and a change right now. And so guess what? It's up to all of us. So once again, three essential steps to harmonizing your energy. Refine your energy. Get the impurities out. 2, tune your energy. Restore harmony in those aspects and those facets of your life. And number 3, express your energy. Share your energy. And this is part of what I'm going to be sharing of what's going to be coming in the future, how you're going to be able to extend out and shape and shift your life experience. Shape the field around you. Tap into that field and create from that place. This is ultimately what we're all stepping into. So tonight, what we're really doing is we're really focusing on step 1. It's about refining your energy. Next month, I'll do another call on step 2, which is about tuning your energy. But tonight, it's all about refining your energy. And I want you to take a look at that picture, because this picture really captures a lot. Okay, as you can see, obviously we have a body there. Okay, that represents you and me. And we can see the colors of the chakra, the energy centers. And then, of course, there is a field of energy around the body. That's the biofield, okay? So the biofield is kind of like the last field of energy before we show up in physical form, what we can see in the mirror. That energy comes in through those different chakra points, and then from there out through the meridians throughout the body. That's what conducts your physicality. We're plugged in. I kind of cut the picture a little bit too short on top, but there's a stream of energy or information that's coming from the top that comes in. That's coming from the field. Okay, we're beautiful expressions, man. We're plugged in. Unfortunately, though, many of us are having challenges because we're out of tune, because we're in a state of disharmony. And that's what we want to begin to start shifting and changing now. So tonight we're focusing on refining your energy. And when you say refining your energy, against what? Very good. What puts us out of tune and disconnects us? I think in that picture we encapsulate so many different things. You know, last time I heard there are up to over 80,000 man-made chemicals in our air, food, and water. Okay, we have literally permeated every aspect of our life. Think about the water itself, with fluoride, with chlorine, with chloramines, all these different things that have been put into our water supply. Think about the air supply from the cars, the different aspects. Think about what's being put on and sprayed on food. All these different chemicals that have really put themselves in our environment in so many different ways. And just in case that's not enough, let's throw in cell phones. The bottom picture on the left there. Any of you ever seen one of those before? We all have one, right? We all have a cell phone. We keep it next to us. We keep it plugged into it. Heck, we can't even go to the restroom anymore without having to text somebody. And I know you're all laughing because we've all done it, right? We've all done it. I'm busy right now. Yeah, you're texting somebody, you're in the restroom. We have become so fixated on things outside of ourselves rather than our own internal connection to the ultimate super internet. Wi-Fi has penetrated and permeated every aspect of our lives. Even if you don't have Wi-Fi in your house, you do because of your neighbors. And then, of course, we have computers and technology and fluorescent lights. All of these things have become a huge part of our modern day world. Well, 10 years ago, and that was even before Wi-Fi was as prevalent as it is today, that was even before smart meters were on just about every house, and now coming to gas meters and water meters, we are literally submerged into a field of disruptive energy. And if we go back to that picture of being connected, these things are causing disruptions. And I want to bring this down to earth in an analogy that I think that we all can understand. How many of you have a wireless device? Whether it's a pad or a phone or a computer, what happens when you get disconnected? I had a couple people already write a note saying, hey, no audio, no audio. That's all byproduct of what happens when you get disconnected from the ultimate super internet. You cease to operate at the level of which you were operating at, of what you were designed to operate at. And all this stuff in our environment now is causing us to get disconnected, causing us to go into a state of disharmony. And what happens when we get disconnected? Well, these disruptors are putting us into a state of disharmony, causing stress, fatigue, health challenges, lower levels of awareness. Our lives are busy as it is, busier than ever. And I think as a result, a lot of because of technology. But let's face it, we're not going back to the Stone Age, okay? Chemicals are not going away tomorrow. Cell phones and our technology are not going away tomorrow. So we need to find an alternative. Because even if you were to lead line your house, okay, then you cut yourself off. You're no longer able to leverage technology to get your music, your song, your passion, your purpose out into the world, however that might look. So we're not going to be moving out in the middle of a field somewhere thousands of miles away from the biggest city. No, we have to find a way to shift things ourselves and a way for us to be in the world but not of it. And this is what I have been working on and exploring on and discovering on for the last 10 years. I can tell you that this is a possibility. This is reality. So 10 years ago, Dr. Ronald Jones, very dear friend, he's been passed away now. He transitioned probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Discovered these frequencies of energy in my music that actually refine and tune listeners' energy. So I wanted to just share this quote of him. Even though I find it hard to believe that he called me Mr. Mark Romero, he actually did in this testimony. He actually loved to harass me. We kind of had this interesting relationship, but he was a fantastic mind. He said, Mr. Mark Romero's music is indeed a milestone in the overall mission of empowering the lives of people. Because what Dr. Jones, in his study of all these disruptors in their environment and the effects that it was having upon our minds, our brain waves, upon our health, upon our physicality, he was convinced that we had to discover a way to rise above vibrationally, above all these disruptive waves so that they no longer negatively impact us, so that we could enhance our connection to that field of unlimited possibility, so we could plug into that divine matrix and begin composing the life of our dreams with all the power, all the ability, all the know-how that we were designed to operate at. As I mentioned earlier in that quote, we are in a state of unenlightenment because of the vibrational barriers in our environment. So, what happens when we refine our energy? What will happen when you refine your energy? Well, basically, what you're going to do is you're going to dramatically reduce your stress and anxiety. All the technology, all the disruptive waves in our environment, okay, are causing stress. These scientists, Dr. Jones and his team, were actually able to demonstrate this through brain mapping, through physical testing, that the things in our environment were causing stress and anxiety in our lives. So when you refine your energy, enhance your connection, you're going to dramatically reduce your stress and anxiety. You're going to increase your strength, flexibility, endurance, coordination, and balance. 5 physical factors. When the body is in tune and that energy connection is optimized, you're going to be stronger. You're going to have greater flexibility. You're going to have more endurance, more coordination, more balance. When I first got invited to play and present for these scientists, they were doing a lecture on these disruptors, what we're talking about today, things in our environment. They brought me up halfway during the lecture and asked me to play. I started playing. I saw things change in people that I was playing for. People that could not reach down and touch the floor because of lack of flexibility. I'm playing, all of a sudden they're able to put their hands on the ground. Big, strong muscle guys that are going weak with cell phones and laptop computers, or even a cup that had one time had gasoline in it. I'm playing and they're staying strong even with those disruptors right next to them. Through brain mapping, they were actually able to see a shift in brainwave activity that helps to improve your mental functions. We wonder why there's this huge increase in Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, autism. You know, a lot of these things that now we're starting to link the pieces together about the correlation between vaccines, chemicals in our environment, all these different things that are negatively impacting our state of mind. The mind has to be running optimally. I can't tell you how that important that is. We are talking about pure consciousness, right? The energy that makes up everything in the universe. Well, guess what? The mind is the gatekeeper. The mind is what allocates what consciousness squeezes into. Amazing, isn't it? And once again, when you enhance your connection, you're going to enhance your body's ability to heal itself. As I mentioned in that earlier, you're connected into everything that you need to revitalize your health, your well-being. Our job is to enhance our connection. Our job is to rise above those vibrational barriers so that we can plug into health and vitality. And also by doing so, we're going to open up to higher levels of awareness. We're going to expand our connection. We're going to have higher levels of insight, intuition, sixth sense. We are energy information receivers. So back again to that little analogy I used earlier of plugging into the wireless super internet, right? We have a connection, right? We're receiving information. We decode that information and put it up on the movie screen of our lives for us to experience. But in order to be able to do that, before we can get into what type of CPU you have and what kind of mind you have to have a good connection. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what kind of mind you have, what kind of CPU, what kind of software you're running on your computer. If you cannot plug into the internet, you're not going to be able to receive the information that you need to dramatically reduce your stress and anxiety, increase your physical energy, improve your mental functions, enhance your body's ability to heal itself, or open to higher levels of awareness and access more information. We are information processors. Information processors. We're processing information. We receive it all the time. We're downloading information, and we broadcast information through our thoughts, our beliefs, and our perceptions. So we want to make sure, and our feelings, by the way, and we want to make sure that we have an enhanced connection. So this is always the best to do in real life, but I wanted to just play this video because this is a demonstration of one of the tests, you can actually physically experience how the music shifts your energy. So I wanted to share a video here from from a demonstration that I did with a young lady that shows the effects of the music. Granted, not as good as when we're, and where's my button here? Well, here, I'll show it. Not as good as in real life, but it's the next best thing. So here we go. The final test we're going to do today is a balance and strength testing also. So Candace, what I need you to do is put your feet and toes all the way together. And what I want you to do is I want you to stand up straight and remain strong and stiff. And I'm going to have you grab my hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply downward pressure in Candace's hand, and I want you to resist. So do you have a bad shoulder?
No.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Ready.
Resist. She tried so hard not to tip over. Easy for me to knock Candace off balance. So once again, I'm going to play the music, and we're going to see what the difference is in the physical body. Feet and toes together. Grab my fist. Are you ready?
Ready.
Resist. As you can see, I probably applied about 100 times more pressure and I was unable to knock her off balance. So once again, you see the effects of the music and the power that it has to be able to shift your physical body instantly. So this is what happens when you harmonize that energy in the environment. This is instantaneous. I've been doing this demonstration for 10 years, that and many other ones. And I tell you, it blows people's minds. It still blows my own mind that something can change your physicality that quickly, that fast. And that's the byproduct of what happens. When you're in tune, you're going to have an instant increase in strength, flexibility, endurance, coordination, and balance. I have to share this story about my dad, because my dad, he's kind of, he's an old school guy, and he's just like, I don't really know what you do. He goes, when people ask me what you do, I don't really know what to tell them. I say, you do stuff with music and energy, and that's pretty much it. And so my father's 82, and he's in great shape, good shape for 82. I mean, he's doing great. And so I gave him some CDs and a pendant, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. And, he put it on. And I thought for sure he would take it off, It's like, come on, Dad's a skeptic. He doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't know what I do anyways. He doesn't understand it. And so, needless to say, 6 months later, man, he's still wearing that thing. And I said, well, what's up with that? He said, well, he goes, I don't know, man. My mind just seems clearer. And he said, that's huge for me. I'll take that. I don't understand it, but I'll run with it. So it's just kind of funny. And that was just a demonstration of what happens is that you're going to have an instant increase in balance. And that's what that demonstration was demonstrating. And I put like 100 times more pressure in her hand to demonstrate that balance. It's really quite profound. So with that being said, I think it's time that we play a little piece of music. I want to actually do a little high vibration music here right now to kind of help refine everybody's energy that's on the call tonight. And so one of the things you're always going to find me ask people to do is I'm going to ask you to breathe and just take some nice deep breaths. And I'm going to serenade you a little bit with one of my favorite little pieces to play. So just take some nice deep breaths. Kind of breaths that just fill up every aspect of your lungs. I love Michelle's question. It's that quick? It is instantaneous. That's the best answer I could give for that. I love that. So just take some nice deep breaths. And as I continue to play, I want you just to take a scan of your body. And notice where it is that you're holding any disharmony. Take another deep breath. And as you continue to breathe, and you found a place, maybe you have a knee issue or lower back problem, I want you to imagine just breathing in and out of that space. Take another deep breath. So just take some nice deep breaths. And hopefully you've been able to move some of that energy. Everything is energy, all disharmony that we experience in our lives, in our physical bodies, an out picture of energy. And when that energy is out of tune and it's in disharmony, of course, it doesn't feel optimal. And so just take a couple more deep breaths. Jay wants to know the name of that piece that was in the video of the demonstration. That's actually Midnight Sun. It's out of the Vibrational Success series and off the very first album that I produced in 2002. Gosh, going back now. Sueños Infinitos. So there you go, Jay, just for being impatient, man. I answered your question. Cool, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So, all right, so let's move on a little bit. So I wanted to just kind of share, you know, what are my solutions? What is it that I'm doing to help people refine and optimize their energy? And some of these, I know there are some of you that are on here that have the Vibrational Success series, but I wanted to kind of share a little bit about as far as what it is that I have to help people to tune their energy, to have those shifts in their physical energy, to enhance their connections so they can experience all the benefits of that. And so that's what I'm going to go into right now. So the cornerstone of my work And this is really about step one is about refining our energy, as we mentioned earlier in the presentation. The Vibrational Success Series is the cornerstone of that. Okay. In fact, if you look on that picture on the cover, the lower left, Sueños Infinitos was the CD that that particular song was on that I played in the demo. But this is the corner. This is like a 24-hour musical solution for harmonizing the energy in your environment. So for those of you that don't know, there are 4 CDs or playlists within the series. There's 2 music CDs playlists that you would play in your environment like you would play any other music CD, okay? Beyond the Wall and Sueños Infinitos. You play those in your environment, that harmonizes the energy in the environment. And I'll kind of recap what the benefits are of doing so. The third CD in that series is Tranquility, which is really music for your own meditation, your own prayer time. It's 3 songs, 20 minutes long each song. It's the song music you want to play when you're doing your inner work and connecting to what it is that you want to connect with, okay? It's there. However that looks for you, because we all have different modalities. We all have different things that we're working with to help, to deepen our spiritual aspect of our life. This is a great one to play in that environment. A lot of people play it in their office. I've got some beautiful, wonderful autistic kids that love that. Man, oh man, Mark Romero, man, Tranquility. They love it. They just think it's the best. So very cool. And then of course, sleep. It's so huge. The aspect of sleep. All right. So important not to have your cell phone next to your bed at night. Okay, it's so important to move that alarm clock away. All right, you want to have as enhanced a connection as possible at night when you sleep. Why? Okay, so what happens when it gets dark? Okay, your brain sends a message and starts producing melatonin, which is like an antioxidant. It helps to rebuild your physicality. The supercomputer goes into sleep mode at night. So why? So that you can rebuild your physicality. And what they're beginning to discover now, and what the science information is revealing, is your brain can't tell the difference between daytime and EMF, electromagnetic radiation. And we all have it to one degree or another going through our environment. I moved my alarm clock away from the bed years ago. No cell phones, no electronics, as clean an environment as possible. Very essential. So that's why we want to play the sleep music. And just a little secret, I have my youngest is 8 years old. She was sleeping through the night after 2 weeks being born with music playing in her environment. To this day, we're still playing music in the environment when those kids go to sleep. So important. And this is a 24-hour musical solution to really harmonizing the energy in your environment. So I want to just share some of the different testimonials, just a couple here. Mark's music creates an amazing state of harmony for my mind, body, and soul. I wake up to meditate to Mark's music, listen to it while I'm on my computer working, in my car while driving, and on the stereo in my home while relaxing. I'm surrounding myself with this incredible music and Mark's special gift to reduce stress and provide greater focus in my life. This next one, that's such a great comment and feedback. The next one is, I was a little skeptical about Mark's claim that his music actually made changes in brainwave patterns and strengthened people until I experimented on my nephew who's autistic. I played the music for him during a 45-minute drive and received amazing results. This child spends most of his time distracted and talking to himself, but while listening to Mark's music, he was able to concentrate on our conversation and give me feedback to every question I asked him. He's never done this before with me. Needless to say, I highly recommend the music and the work Mark is doing. So important. And I wanted to share this little testimonial. Obviously, you can't read it, but this was from a woman who had gotten this music, and her mother, I actually did a concert, and I met her mother, and it ended up her mother had Alzheimer's, okay? And she did not have, obviously, real good short-term memory. So I played the concert. They got a CD. They're playing the music in. This is actually a letter sharing this that her mom's like, "Oh, this is that young boy we saw the other night." You can imagine that somebody called me a young boy. That's pretty good. I'll take that and run. And so, she could remember the whole thing, and that it actually improved her strength, her flexibility, her endurance, her coordination, and balance. This is what's open up. This is what happens when we enhance our connection. So one of the questions I get asked a lot, and I see some questions popping in. I promise I will get to them. Okay, what happens if I can't play the music? Hey, great question. Because we can't play music all the time. We go into meetings, we go visit our grandmother or whatever, and that's what kind of helped me to come out with the second level of my own design ingenuity or expression, was that I wanted to come up with something that we could wear. Okay, and that's the Harmonized Life Solutions Energized Pendant. That pendant has been infused with the frequencies of the music. You can carry the frequencies with you 24/7, even if you can't play the music. This is the same pendant that my father's wearing. Okay, this is the same pendant that my father-in-law is wearing, who had a minor stroke and felt the difference in his leg strength because it had been compromised from his condition. I've got people that have their eyesight improving because they're keeping their energy in tune. Remember, I'm not doing the healing. I'm facilitating a connection. You have the ability to heal yourself. It's all within you. But in order to do that, you have to have the connection. So here's the solution to not being able to play the music is the pendant. And remember, a well-tuned biofield is your key to energy, wellness, and balance, because we are being exposed. And think about it, when you do go out, you're being exposed to cell towers, you're being exposed to Wi-Fi, smart meters, all these different things in the environment. Heck, if you want to go throw your energy out, go walk on a concrete floor under fluorescent lights in a big building like Costco or something. I mean, that will throw your energy out. That's how susceptible and sensitive we are. Our biofield is constantly trying to adjust to what we're throwing at it, to what we're bombarding it with. So the vibrational quality of the pendant, not only the pendant but also the music, really resonates with your entire biofield to maintain optimal strength, vitality, and resilience in the presence of stress that threatens to damage and corrupt it. It quickly resets your overall balance. If your biofield is disturbed, resetting imbalances and restoring harmony. Our biofield is being disturbed all the time. I can tell you that right now. You're going to enhance your body's innate intelligence. Remember, you're plugged into everything you need. You're plugged in to the stuff that set this universe in motion. It strengthens and supports your body's ability to self-heal, and allows the whole system to reorganize at a higher level of performance, one that is more robust and creatively adapting to stress. This is raising your vibration. This is what happens when we raise our vibration. So the benefits of the pendant and the music is, and refining your energy, is to dramatically and reduce your stress and anxiety. Okay, increase your strength, flexibility, endurance, coordination, and balance. Improve your mental functions such as memory, focus, creativity, intuition. All of them are enhanced when you play. This was the shift they saw in brain mapping, in brain waves when the music plays. And when you're in that state, it enhances your body's ability to heal itself. I want to reiterate this. You're plugged into everything that you need to create your life, to revitalize your health. We're all in the process of reestablishing this connection. And ultimately, the benefits is to open up to higher levels of awareness, connect, expand your sixth sense, your intuition, your creativity, the receiving of information and the transmitting of information. So just for being on the call and allowing me to share what I've shared today, I just basically put some specials together. I put a special together both on the pendant and the series. And then some of you I know have this music series, might be interested in the pendant. I put together a special price on all those. The best, of course, is if you order the both together. That's like the crazy discount for the day. And that's just for being on and for listening to what it is that we're talking about today. It's really about harmonizing your life today. And I'm going to put a little thing to the right there on your screen. So give me 1 second. I have to remember how easy technology is these days. I put a little link there on the side box of the webinar that you can click on and go if you're interested in taking advantage of the special offer, or you can go to markromeromusic.com/special. Once again, markromeromusic.com/special. It's all there. It's available for you. So, to just kind of reiterate, the first step in the process is to refine our energy. Right now, the two main ways that I have to do that are through the music, the Vibrational Success Series music, the pendant. Coming soon, I'm going to be sharing how you can harmonize your home and harmonize your energy in your home. You know, because we have all kinds of things in our home that are disruptive in nature. Microwave ovens, whether you use them or not, produces a tremendously large disruptive field of energy. Fluorescent lights, Wi-Fi, cell phones, smart meters outside the house. But this is a way for you to start harmonizing now. Okay, we must refine our energy. We must tune our energy. That's all about dealing with the limiting thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, the programming that we all hold on to one level or another that impacts us. We'll be diving into more of that next month, and my next month call is going to be all about dealing with tuning our energy. And number 3, and this is really what I wanted to kind of share about, was really about expressing that energy. What happens once we tap into and plug into that field of unlimited possibility is you want to start creating from that space. You want to start shaping and shifting your life from that space. These are my solutions. Ultimately, bottom line, the next level in my work is teaching you how to do it yourself. In essence, in some ways, I'm a channel for this energy. But this work that I do with the energy can be taught. It can be learned. You can learn how to do this yourself. And I'll be sharing more about that as we move on down the road. So that is a really, that's the direction that all this is heading into. That's the direction this is all moving into. Right now, I'm creating the space for people to do this, to do it for them. But ultimately, and starting probably really next year, I'm going to be releasing how you can do it for yourself. How you can do it for yourself. Because, as I mentioned, we're all plugged into the same field of unlimited possibility. I found a way to tap into this energy. I can share how to do that. And that's what I'm in the process of creating and formulating now. So, lots of questions. I see them popping in. Melissa asks, I assume the pendants are suitable for kids? Absolutely. My kids just about have every version of pendant that that I ever made. And yes, children can wear the pendant. Do you have to wear the pendant around your neck, or does it work just as well if it's just with you? You do not have to wear it around your neck. Okay, you can keep it in your pocket. I have people that tie it and make it like a little wrist thing. They put it on their own chain. It just has to be on your body. It does not have to be worn. It says, what if we want to get 2 necklaces, like one for me and hubby? Order the group package and the same pendant separate. That's a really good question. That's one I hadn't contemplated in doing. If you want to do that, that would probably be the best way to go. To do just to order the special and then order the link on the other pendant. Let's see. Michelle asked if we can watch and listen to the webinar again. Yes, you can. There will be a replay sent out. What about if the one wearing is skeptic? That's fine. And when we're dealing on this level and eliminating disruptors in the environment, it doesn't matter whether you're skeptical or not. Hence, I go back to my own father's example. He's about as skeptical and doesn't really know what the heck it is that I'm doing. But man, you know what? 6 months later, he's wearing that pendant. Why? Because he notices a difference. He feels a difference. And that's huge. Where can I buy your music from Tess? I think I just shared that. Once again, markromeromusic.com/special, or you can click on the button on the right side and take advantage of the specials today. Elena says she feels so much lighter after the music. I love to hear that. Donna says your voice is so relaxing. Then you start playing, and I feel like I'm out of this world. That's very cool. Thank you for that. Clara, a note just said, loving it. Thank you, Mark. You're so welcome. I answered what the music is I'm playing on your demo. I saw a question about classical music. These were frequencies that they discovered in my music. So they had tested, I know, thousands of music CDs, and I know they had tested some Mozart and stuff like that. So, in fact, let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and go back to picture here so you don't have to look at that screen. There, I'm back. And they had tested a ton of music, Mozart music, Beethoven, and they were looking for really three things. Number one, they wanted to see the shift in physical energy. Strength, flexibility, endurance, coordination, and balance. Number two, they wanted to see that shift and the shift in brain waves take place when being exposed to disruptors, like our technology, our phones, and different things that we're exposed to. So, and then the third thing was that the body and the brain had to maintain that optimized energetic state when being exposed to disruptors. So they had tested all kinds of music. And unfortunately, we're not able to find that in all kinds of different music. The last time, well, as I mentioned, Dr. Jones passed away now, but the last discussion with them in that group was they had found a woman who sang, a guy who played harp, and myself on guitar music. Michelle said, thank you, amazing. Let's see, how long special package be up? The special package is up. If you came up to this webinar, it'll be there. I might take it down after the weekend. I hadn't really decided. I really want to kind of get away from that whole scarcity thing on offers and stuff. I just want to make people available, make this available to people because it's so important for us to refine and tune our energy. I got a note from Linda says, I have your Harmonize Your Life musical mantra series, which included the Vibrational 6 series and pendant. Well, then you're set. Linda's got like the full package. That's like dealing with the inner mind, the tuning of the strings, and also the environment. Let's see. Is the pendant safe for someone that has an ICD or a pacemaker? Okay, I have no information on that whatsoever. There's really nothing that, other than the shift in energy, but like I said, that's something I do not have any experience with, and probably should. I can't honestly say if that's the case or not. It's not like we're introducing electricity or anything into the body, but once again, out of my domain of knowing, I don't know the answer to that question. Do you have to wear the pendant around your neck? Okay, I already answered that question. All right. Let's see. Tanya says, I purchased a music package from you in November 2013. Is it different? Well, the Vibrational Success Series used to have a guided meditation series on prosperity in it instead of the sleep music. I'm not sure if that's what you ordered, but that was the only change that was done to that series over the years. And that was probably around 2013, 2014 that change was made. Melissa says, you're awesome, Mark. Many blessings to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So there we are. This is, like I said, this is exciting stuff for me because I think, we're going through a tremendously huge consciousness shift right now. Okay. The time has come for all of us to remember our connection to that field of unlimited possibility. All right. It's the connection that we want to create from that space. And I'm going to be sharing more of that in next month's call on what happens when we tune our music or tune our strings and how we can express our energy and begin to shift things. And like I said, many advancements coming. We're going to be teaching you how to do this yourself. Okay. Because we got to be able to do this ourselves. We got to be able to become empowered. okay? And remember our connection. All I can say is this: it's so important for us to realize where it is that we're connected and where it is that we create from, okay? It's not in your smart, device, okay? It's not on social media. It's not on the internet. It's not outside of you. It's within you. And that's what I want to do is I want to help facilitate your connection by refining your energy, getting the impurities out, by tuning your energy, and then you open up to the possibility of playing beautiful music throughout your life, because it's up to us. We have a song. It's our passion, it's our purpose, it's our calling. It's why we came here to play the game of life. It is the expression of that music that's going to change your life. But here's the other key piece. It's also going to change the world that we live in. We're the ones who are going to recreate a more harmonious world. And in order to do so, we have to be in tune. So I had a couple more questions pop up. Let's see. CD replacement would be affected by magnets. Okay, there are no magnets in this technology. There is no technology embedded into the music. Does the pendant have magnetics? No, it does not. It is not magnetic whatsoever. It has been infused with a frequency. It's actually made out of pewter. It does not have any magnetics in it whatsoever. Magnetics, I know there's a lot of stuff out there about magnetics, and I don't talk smack about anybody else's product, but there's just some things to be concerned about magnetic fields, okay, because they tend to manipulate our energy as opposed to harmonizing it. We want to harmonize it. We want to harmonize our energy. What if when we listen to it on our devices, you want to play it through your devices, okay? That sounds right. I do remember a CD on prosperity. If I wanted the sleep portion, how could I get this? It's available through the website. You can get the sleep CD available on the website. It's under high vibration music tab, which will be soon changed to step 1, refine your energy tab. And I think I answered Mary Lou's question. What is the pendant made of? It's made of pewter. Very simple, very powerful. Wear mine. I actually don't have mine on. Well, I took a shower today. I don't recommend taking a shower with it on. So I wear mine 24/7, in this case 23/7, 23 hours, 7 days a week. But I wear it all the time, because I want to keep my energy optimized. And it's a big thing. I mean, it helps me tremendously in yoga, one-legged poses, in my athletic. I love to work out in the gym. I love to do yoga. It helps me to operate at a higher level. So important. And I've gotten feedback from a lot of people who are elderly, who are coming to the point in their life where their physicality, their balance might not be optimized. My own mother-in-law feels a difference. My father feels a difference. I mean, it's huge. What can open up for us, and what's going to be opening up for us in the near future. So I think I've covered all the bases. I don't see any more questions popping in. If you do have any questions and I missed your question, please email me at support@markromeromusic.com, support@markromeromusic.com. Once again, you can click on the tab there. If you don't have the music or pendant or are interested, click on that tab there and you can take advantage of that. And then, of course, you can go to markromeromusic.com/special, markromeromusic.com/special. Let's see. Bonnie said, having it next to the bed at night. I don't know what that means. Maybe I missed another part of your note. Maybe that's the pendant you're referring to. I wear my pendant at night when I sleep. And then it's adjustable. So I know exactly where it's at. It's adjustable, so you can tighten it up and stuff like that. So thank you once again, everybody, for joining me. We're about 6 minutes after the hour. Once again, if you have questions, support@markromeromusic.com, and we'll go from there. So thank you so very much. Thank you, Bonnie. You're very welcome. Thank you, Ayata. I think I have that right. Great question from Jerry. Do you play sleep music through the night or just before to fall asleep? I play music all through the night. But if you do, make sure it's at the lowest volume possible. Okay, you don't want the sound disturbing you. Low, the ear does not have to hear to shift your energy. Ponder on that one for a little bit. The ear only hears a certain frequency range of sound. Sound exists outside of what your ear can hear. Our cats tell us that. Our animals tell us that. They hear stuff that we could never even imagine hearing. So, good question. Does your pendant come with a chain? No, it does not come with a chain. It comes with an adjustable strap, but I have people who put them on chains, so you can certainly more than welcome to doing that. Why do you not wear it in the shower? Because it is made of metal, and it's a pewter metal, and I have not had any problems with it, but I don't want any kind of, you want to keep it dry as much as possible, so I wouldn't recommend swimming with it or anything to that effect. Let's see. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. All right. Well, hey, listen, I could go on answering questions forever. Once again, support at markromeromusic.com if you do have questions, and we'll go from there. So thank you again. Have a fantastic day, evening, whatever time it might be, and I really appreciate you being on. Thank you so very much. And I will be going through the comments also and emailing back where there's an email and going from there. But once again, support markromeromusic.com. Thank you. Have a fantastic day. Tune your strings. Go and play your beautiful music, because ultimately that is what's going to transform your life and change the world we live in. Take care.